talking to me?
So I think you're on the road. Maybe you just try and get to a place that is less noisy. Um, so I think like Mrs. Richard because of the constant horning. I don't know. I don't know why that what you did to that person that he wants to frustrate you with horn. So um for I think we would like to take us through week 8. Would anybody here want to take us on week 8? Do a review on what was covered for week 8. Would anybody like to do that? Or Prof, would you like to take us on week 8? Take us on week 8. Take us on week 8. You have the document, have you? At least now just one flow, you never do. And just touch on the so you join the Google Meet and then proceed. So let's wait for Prof to join and help us with that.
Sorry, check your WhatsApp.
Mr. King Henry, can you please unmute your mic so we can hear you?
Sorry, I didn't know my mic was muted. I was excited that another new person has joined us. The person of Mr. Ibu. Mr. Ibu has just joined us. Seen a lot of new persons. At first, it was Jackson, then Cynthia, and now Mr. Ibu, Emmanuel, Aporo. Welcome. Mr. Ibu, what course are you enrolled for in Deeptech? Mr. Ibu, can you hear me? Mr. Ibu is not hearing me. So, talker, speak. Let's confirm. Unmute your mic and speak. Let's see if you can. But if you're using that, you have to like put your this. You have to speak. That's where your microphone is. Your mic is muted. Mr. Ibu, if you want to say something, please go ahead. You can unmute your mic and speak.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ibu.
Okay, AI and machine learning.
Data science and machine learning or generative AI?
No, data science and machine learning.
Now you dey hot. So where are you? What
Now,
week where are you on now?
the problem is that I was done, so I couldn't do my foundational courses too.
So you have time. You have from now to August. Try and catch up for all of what you missed. I think now
Okay, sir.
they are on like week 5, if not 6 of what do they call it? Of specialization. So you need to do 4 weeks and 5 weeks of specialization. But regardless, you're very welcome. And those of us that are just joining newly here, I'm just seeing you guys for the first time. To confirm, are you guys on our WhatsApp group? Are you guys on the WhatsApp group? More magic is happening. Please, we need to give person. Another strange person just joined in again. Akoye Israel. However, these are people that has never. It's the exciting part is all these other people said this is their first time. But Etenduk said he has joined before. Israel Akoye, what course are you enrolled for? Have you brought out the slide on your system so that you can? Akoye doesn't want to speak. So I was saying, those of us just joining, I do hope that we are in the WhatsApp group. There's a WhatsApp community. Can you guys confirm that you are there? Or not?
Yes, I'm in the WhatsApp group.
Okay. What do you want?
I have been on the WhatsApp group for a very long time.
Yes, I'm in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, Israel has finally spoken. Although what I was asking you was what track, what learning track are you on? No, you don't keep quiet again. So let me put the attendance in the chat. I'll just put the attendance in the chat. Please let's ensure to take our attendance. I would also, I would also,
So this week 11, right?
yeah, it's fine. Can use week 11.
Oh,
Mr. Tucker, we're still waiting for you.
My network is breaking.
It's fine. So what we're going to be doing is some sort of. Are you ready? The lesson is in front of you. Some sort of review of what was treated in the previous week. So majority of our learners, of course, is those on generative AI. Then we have some others on geospatial and then data analysis. Since the others from the other are yet to I don't even think it was only Mary from geospatial that I saw was here, and she was kind of like not responsive. Just a brief review of what was treated on week 8. Why Prof's own is setting up, I think I'll just start. So, this what was being treated was AI agents, and this is an AI agent or agentic AI, whichever they call it. That is really where advanced AI stuff comes in. That's where the AI, advanced AI stuff comes in because you get to do a lot of automation, because now you want to move beyond prompting, generate me a picture of this and that, to actually setting a system where everybody can handle tasks on their own with just little inference from you, like automation, like a workplace that has AI in their drive, in their email, and now you can even integrate AI into like work tools like Slack, for instance. So in something like Slack, maybe there's a very serious conversation that went on Slack and you were not available. What do? You can simply just tell your AI that get a summary of the project that was assigned to me from Slack, detail it in a sheet, and send email to the engineering team, right? So that means you already in your email, you have a section, a Google Workspace section that says engineering team. So your AI will go into your work to Slack, get all the tasks and project that was assigned to do, create a message around them. If you wanted to put it into a document, to put it into a document, uh, it will send the email to create, you draft email and send. See, but normally in normal AI something, if possible, sef, you need to either export the entire conversation. I'm taking start to wait for you, Prof. Has this thing not come up? You need to either export the entire conversation or you need to copy it, then you paste it in the chat bot and say, summarize this message for me. You type another prompt, create a document, so. Then when it does all of that, you carry all those things. You type another prompt. If you want, you should draft email. Or if you want to draft yourself, you draft yourself. And then you manually select and send to your engineering team by yourself. So that's the normal traditional AI and generative AI. But in agentic is where you have people that does that. So it begets automation. Just like the term agent. Like the agent now that all of us knows is looking for house. So if you're looking for a house, it's very herculean and you might not know so much. You cannot know everywhere. But when you contract an agent, they might know some other places, even know people that knows places that you don't know. So it makes you finding a house way faster and less stressful for you. The only thing is it might cost you some money. That's the same way even these AI agents are. You need to subscribe for API keys. So it also makes things way faster and more efficient. Because if we are to take an example, if you do a calculation, let's say we want to do 500 times 876. Okay, 8767. Let's see what you see what happened here. A calculator popped up. What this thing did, normally this is a Microsoft Edge browser. And Microsoft Edge browser has an integrated AI called Copilot. So one of the things about agentic is there's an agentic tool, there's a tool in calculator. So when we're talking about agent, how it simply works is that when you give it a prompt, like I imagine that I gave a prompt that this multiplied by this, what did it do? Immediately, it did not try to stress itself to want to be doing calculation for you. It simply sent that task to the calculator agent. See that? So if you are making a research, there's an agent that is responsible for web crawl. Web crawl meaning you go and search all the web, extract all the information. There's another agent that will be responsible for images. When you want to generate image, it will generate the image. So all those things, these are different things that can be put together. So when you give your AI a task, send it to the responsible agent. So imagine where you say draft an email, do this, do that. Immediately send that prompt from the example I said. The one agent that is responsible for going to Slack has gone there. Take all the data, all the information in the Slack. The next agent that is responsible for maybe processing the data and summarizing it has started working. The next one has then he hands it to the next one They will now hand it to the next one of doing the summary. The next one will now start creating the document from the data. You will now hand it to the next one that use this thing and create an email. The email agent will draft the email, then the drive agent will go to your email list and extract those that are in the engineering team. So different people are working on different things at the same time, and everything becomes, faster and more. So that's really what agentic AI is all about. So are you ready to continue now? Yeah, I'm hearing you. It's not muted. You can go ahead now. He said it's not muted. Okay. Is that the one you're saying? I thought you were talking about your yes, you're muted. We cannot hear you if you're muted. Start your mute. Let me see. I'm coming. Help unmute me. Can you unplug this thing? Then we must plug it. You don't know. Plug the question. Okay, listen. Yeah, the muted. Okay, that muted back again. Try removing the switch. That's why we did it. It's like Google itself has changed the logo. That's interesting. Okay. Are you hearing?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello.
Please, can you confirm you are hearing me now? Hello? Please, can somebody confirm that you are hearing me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. All right. Good. All right. So you are all welcome again for today's lesson. As of today, we want to go through week 8 lesson. And like you have been earlier informed, it's about Gens AI. So quickly, we are going to go straight. You can also see my screen. Yeah. So we're going to go straight into what's AI gens or gens AI. So we're going to build on our previous lesson. You will recall that we'll talk about LLMs, how they work. Today, we are going to make progress further. So talking about what AI agent is still LLM, but there's an improvement on that. So it's LLM that can reason, decide, and act with tools. So it's a progression on the LLMs we have already. So it talks about an LLM that can reason, that can decide, and that can act with tools. So core traits of AI agents, they are autonomy, tool use, and then memory. It also has a multi-step workflow. Simply put, is that it's work like a formula. So for AI agents, you have that LLM plus tools plus autonomy. So you see the picture that is displayed there now. It's telling you, see something appear like the brain. Yeah, that's where the element is. Yeah, it's talk about the tools, the one at the middle. Then you see the autonomy. So that's how an AI agent works. So AI agent is like a colleague who can pick up a task, decide, and use the right tools and deliver an output. So that's how it is. Now, let's go on to why agents. Agent is due because of some limitation of LLMs that we have learned already. So looking at LLMs, it has some limitation. As highlighted here, you can see LLM generate text based on pattern, not through reasoning. So we also have that LLM struggle with precise multi-step tasks. So when it comes to multi-step tasks, you discover that LLM will struggle. So the next limitation stated here is the risk of hallucination. You know what hallucination is. We have discussed that in our previous classes. So why agent matter? We have just look at the limitation of LLMs that brings about agents. So we're looking at now why agent matters. Agent enable tools used for accuracy. For example, your calculator, like our coordinator was trying to explain earlier for us. You see, the calculator is part of the process. And then you have the search database. Then the next thing you see that agent coordinates multi-step workflow. It's like planning, execution. So agent has to pick up the work, do the planning, and do the execution. So agents coordinate multi-step workflow. That's what we just talked about now. So you see that agent elevate LLMs from generator to execution. So it becomes what help the LLM to execute the task in a way that it can really give you the exact result without much explanation or bias. So agents are executive assistants to the LLM. So let's look at how agent is used in everyday business. For example, market research. You see, the agent will summarize competitors in West Africa fintech. So what we are saying is that maybe you want to know the competitors in your business within the West African region. So you can use the agent to help you achieve that. All you will need to do is to give the task to agent to summarize competitors in West Africa fintech. And this is how the workflow look like. It will go, the workflow, it is going to search. It will search, gather the information, summarize the information, and draft the reports. So that is what agent does. It goes there, search all the information that is about the competitors in the West African fintech. After searching, it will gather them together and then summarize and draft. So that is how agents work for business. We are looking at agent architecture and tools now. So I'm going to be looking at what made up the agents. The core components is the LLM. That's the reasoning agents. That is where the search starts from. Then after searching, it enters into the memory. Memory has a short-term and a long-term memory. So it has a long-term and a short-term memory. The short-term memory can memorize what was said earlier, maybe in a chat, while the long-term memory can acknowledge based on store in a vector database. So what we are saying is that for the short-term memory, it can easily remember what you just discussed, for example, in a chat. But the long-term memory, to gather all the information they have gathered, they can go back, take them step by step, and they help you to remember. So the architecture of agents, we just discussed two now. LLM, that is the engine for reasoning. When we have the memory, the next thing you see there is the tool plugin. That is your API database. After the memory, the information is plugged in and then into the database. And there, information is gathered again, like summarizing it. Then we have the next one, the controller. The controller decides on what happens, what comes out as text. It ensures the agent does not encircle. That is to say, repeat itself on and on. It ensures that everything is logically arranged and your expectation is delivered to you as output. So that is what happens. So we'll be looking at agent frameworks. These are what you use when you want to work. You have the lang flow. We have the lang chain. We have the autogen and in the landmass index. These are the frameworks for an agent. So these are like the tools you use. They are like the model where you're able to bring all these components together and then to get out your outputs. So here is the real point. Not all agents behave the same way. Reactive agents are simple. Now let's go straight to the next one. Okay, we're looking at agentic behaviors. That is, we have reactive and the planning. So what that is trying to say is that not all agents behave the same way. We have the reactive agent, which are very simple. They respond step by step. You ask for a calculation. They called and give the result. These are useful when tasks are straightforward, does not need planning. So we also have the planning behavior of an agent. The planning agent, on the other hand, will map out the sequence of steps before executing. So that's what happens. The planning agent will plan the steps by step before it will execute. For example, if you ask an agent to plan a trip, it might first list the steps, like find out the flights, compare the price, check the hotels, create itinerary, then it executes each step in order. So you see how the planning agent works. It's unlike the reactive agent that just call the calculator, calculate it and give you your answer. But in the planning agent, it did it step by step, as I just explained now. The next is the hybrid that is also called react. The hybrid, often using the react pattern. What they do, they act on it. They observe result, refine their plans, and they go. So the important thing is that the choice depends on the task. So in the hybrid, it will pick up the information, reason, act, observe what has been done, refine it again, and ensure that the accurate result is brought out. It's like an improvement of the planning agent. So talking about the agentic behavior now, we have pointed out three. We talked about the reactive agents. We've also talked about the planning agent. And now we'll talk about the hybrid. Let's look at their task fits, the way they work. The reactive agent give you quick answers, while the planning agent work with complex projects. Like we have said, they will plan it step by step before they come to execution. Then we have talked about the hybrids. The hybrids is like in their own workflow, they iterate tasks. So they are iterative, meaning they will go again, look at it again, refine it again, go again, look at it again, refine it again before the final output. Before the final output. Oh, okay, you're hearing me?
Yes, you can hear you. Can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So that is how it works. I am talking about the multi-agent collaboration. Hello? Okay. Talking about the multi-agent collaboration. This idea, multi-agent system, is gaining in traction in enterprise environment, where tasks are too large or diverse. You as a single AI to handle. It becomes difficult for a single AI to handle. It's like working with different departments. If you have a task and you want to give to a particular department, you discover that the task may take you much time, or you eventually find it very difficult to accomplish it. But if you are able to bring other departments to work collaboratively, you discover that you can do it very fast. So multi-agent collaboration. Talk about agent that can collaborate as a team. So for example, a research agent will collect data. The analyst agent will interpret it, and then the writing agent will draft it. You see now, 3 different agents is collaborating to do a task. So you have the research agent that research, collect the data, and you have the analyst agent work on the data, interpret the data. When it has complete the interpretation, then you see now that the writing agent will come out and do the job. So that framework is the one that is like the auto-gen support. That's inter-agent communication. So that part of multitask agent collaboration is done by the auto agent. So please take note of that. We are going to go into demonstration. Demonstration, building a research agent, no code. I may not be able to go straight because this will need to use the land flow, and with my system before me now, I will not be able to go into that now. But I will just highlight some of the steps involved. Because it's from here you are going to like continue with the assignments. So what we have just been discussing is how the AI agent work. What we're about to look at now is like a kind of demonstrating what we were discussing, from the LNS to the agents, and from the agents we have looked at different types and the agentic behaviors. So now demonstrating building a research agent. To discover that you have tools, and one of the tools you use for that, which is used by our if you were watching at the DSN videos, the guy that took that course, it was this land flow. And you see, if you watch that video, you see the way he was interacting with the system. So the tools he was using is the land flow. You discover that after he has opened the land flow, there is a search API that enables him to go to the internet and search for the information and then bring it up. And that works with the Wikipedia. So this is part of what he make reference to the Wikipedia to ensure that he get the right information where he can pull out the results. So the workflow, there has to be a query. As in, this is what I want. Summarize the West African competitors in fintech. So that is like the query. It will now go straight and scrape the internet with the API. Do the search. Do the search. After a while, it will retrieve the information. After it retrieves the information, it will summarize it and give an output. So this is how the workflow of AI agents move. I think for a better understanding and clarity, you may need to go back again, carefully look at watch that video, follow up the process. He even highlighted in that video, in case you don't have a lang flow, how you can install it, and then the procedure. So carefully study that and see how you can utilize the information. Then we have the risk and limitation of AI agent. one of the challenges. The challenge is the challenge of hallucination. We've talked much about hallucination. Hallucination tells you something that is not correct. It tries to make it appear as it were is correct. It tries to convince you to accept something that is not actually real, as if it's real. So that's hallucination. And that's one of the challenge of AI agents. Another one that is the cost. Like they have said, the API usage. They use with tokens. And those tokens are money. You know, every information you generate, you are going to be charging for it. So it's actually cost implicating. So that's one of the challenge. Another one there is latency. Latency, talk with multi-step reasoning. So this multi-step reasoning can slow down response time. That's what latency is talking about as one of the risk or limitation to AI agents, that it involves multi-step reasoning, and that this multi-step reasoning can slow down the response time. So before it goes to bring out all the information, scroll through the internet to make sure it gets all the relevant information so it can give you the best result. That could take time. And that's one of the limitations. So that's what latency is all about. The next one is privacy and security concern. Because the process involves scraping the internet, making search, there's going to be interaction with external tools. So talking about privacy and security as a limitation, what we're trying to say is that as it's going to interact with external tools, it may send out sensitive data out. So that is one of the limitations. Then looking at it now, we talk about the mitigation. Mitigation, how you can guide against this or this limitation. We grounding RAG. Well, you remember we talked about RAG in our previous study. So one of the ways to mitigate this limitation is grounding. Grounding has to do with try to put in your human oversight. Look at it again. Be sure that it's giving you the right information. Do the refining or fine-tuning. Then one of the ways to mitigate is monitoring. We need to monitor the process. Remember that the AI agent works as an executive assistant. It's only assisting you. So you need to monitor the process. Then the next one is guide rails. It's emphasizing the same thing. Is to follow up to see that the results that is given out align with what you intend to achieve. So summary, when we're looking at agents, and we have said agents has to do with LLMs that act, not just respond. That's the difference between normal LLMs and agents. In agents, you have your LLMs that act reason and executes. So it's not like the normal LLM. Also, we look at the behaviors. that is reactive and just like your calculator. As soon as you just type in, immediately give you the result. It also another part we call the planning, the one that will go straight and take it step by step. You send in a query, it takes the step to respond to your query step by step. We give an example of searching for a flight. You see, it has to do a planning step by step until you get to execution. We also look at the hybrids. We say the hybrid is iterative. Goes, check, refine, retrace until you get the accurate result. So you discover that the behavior of agents is in three folds. Take note of that. We also say that agents collaborate. We started the example there about the research, interpretation, and writing. So we say all of them are different agents. The agent that do this research, another agent do the interpretation, and another agent do the write-up. And that's collaboration. That's what we find out in agents. Unlike the normal LLMs that don't go straight and give you the result. And you discover that much of the time, the hallucination is very high with LLMs. All right. So the key phrase, okay, there's the value research, writing and automation. So we're talking about the value from what we said about agents, that agents do research. That research is to enable you to get the right information. You go to the internet, look for all the relevant documents that will enable you to get exactly what you're looking for. And also do the writing. Then you do the automation. This is what the agent does. And then the key phrase there is that when you are using agents, you move from just responders to doers. You don't just ask a question and get the answer. No. Agent will go into looking at it critically and then do the work for you. So that is what somebody's talking about. So there is an exercise. We look at it and then apply the thing you have learned. So this is about, they said we should use the lang flow. So if you have a lang flow, or if you don't have, you need to download it and follow it step by step. And then you go to attend to the exercise. And I think if you have any challenge, you can always raise your challenge on the community group or WhatsApp platform, and then you'll be assisted. I think this is where this lesson should end. I don't know whether anybody have any question, or you have way you want to share or throw more lights to the things we have been discussing. The floor is open. Thank you. Any question? Yes, the floor is still open. If you have questions, you can ask. Oh, we are there.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
No questions at the moment.
Okay, no question at the moment. All right, no problem.
That's
So,
all.
like I have said, take your time, go through the lesson. If you have any challenge, raise it up in the group, and then I thought our boss and other colleagues will do justice to whatever question that may come up. They will properly assist you. Once again, I want to thank all of us, especially the Jenny guys. Please let's try and uh, run up. Let's try and run up our lessons and then share our thoughts. I'm handing you over now to my chief.
Thank you very much, Prof. Fantastic presentation. So, Ade, you have something to say?
Yes, I actually do have a question, and I wanted to mention something. First, I've already finished the. I'll start with the mentioning. I've already finished with the final assessment, the one that is about 99 questions. We only have 2 tries, so please, you should also take it very serious when you are doing it. Because after the 2 tries, I don't think we can try again. That's the mention. Then the question is, I think there was something posted on the group. We're supposed to have something like a onboarding session on Wednesday. I didn't get the link, even though I'm in the Telegram group. I asked all over the group. I didn't get anything. I also asked on our WhatsApp group. I didn't get any feedback. So I want to know if that held and what that was like, if possible. Thank you.
So for that one, my own is just to whatever the team sends to the ALC's group to send to you people. My own is just to forward it to you people. So anything about where the team is holding, how the team is holding, I don't really know. It's you people's responsibility. You people have a dedicated Telegram community for that. You have their support email. You reach out to them. So imagine if you said you reached out to them and they did not reply you, them that sent something that I forwarded to you, is it not me that just forwarded? I will know everything about it.
Right.
So them, so you just have to, maybe they didn't see your message, you look for a way to nudge them again
Okay.
and again. So my own, anytime they send something, I just forward. Anytime you see I don't forward that I have to re-edit, I just, you know that maybe I just help structure the message well. Maybe they said something, ALCs, please tell your fellows to do. I cannot just forward that one like that. Maybe I'll not take it, copy it and paste and not change it to dear fellows, please do. So that's just what I do to ensure and make sure that every information that you need, you receive them timely. A lot of the times I don't even know about them much. Like the life classes, I've I don't think I've ever participated in them. But I try my very possible best to do every other thing.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So any other questions? Okay. So I think that's mainly all about that. I think that's so next week, hopefully, we should be reviewing week 9. So, like, since all of us here are literally in week 8, so do well. Let's really do our very possible best to really um finish up the quiz. Like Nina mentioned today, that if you actually even finish the quiz, um, they are going to, and you want to learn more courses. For those of us that are interested in learning more courses, once you finish that, you can, once you finish, I don't know how Nina said it again. You said maybe you send a
Okay.
support. Okay, so
Okay.
please repeat what you
Hello.
said so that they can hear.
Okay. Good day, everyone. What they said is that you can only do one course at a time. and what is displayed on your dashboard is what they will write on your certificate. So because of that, we want to, that's we that have completed our courses, that we have to wait till our certificate is ready. Then we will now download it before we reach out to you to inform them to add us to the long sprint. Because if they add us to long sprint now, our certificate will now bear the current course there, not the one we did. So because of that, she said we should wait till our certificates are ready before we can download them, join the long sprint. Hello?
All right, thank you, Nina.
Okay. All right.
And it's not just for long sprint, for those of you that say you like learning, you want to do more, which is very great. So you have the liberty to actually get to, you know, even though it's maybe since you've done generative AI, you want to do, let's say you want to do Azure, Microsoft Azure or what's not, you can do that too. Maybe as you finish this one, you can move into that. So ideally, all of us in short sprints are supposed to be finished up like now, by now, so that you can get your certificates. So you should all be working on, because the moment you take that assessment, you will now fill a form. I think that form is how they will use and know people that have really finished. Then they will send to the 3MTT people, so you'll be able to download your certificate, right? So let's really try, especially those of us in short sprints. A lot of somebody sent me a message that so organization said they have to finish by 15th of this month. So whichever any organization says is fine. I think the main focus and strategy and reason is to attempt and try and get as many as possible to actually finish, right? When you see that deadline has come, you are more active to really take your learning seriously that period. So, but regardless, we have up to the month's end to actually finish. So time yourself to finish up on or before the end of this month, right? And then those on the long sprints, you have down to August. I don't know, many of you that are just joining that have really not been participating, please and please do your best. So that's why I'm glad that there's not so much to talk about today, so you can use this time. Our office is always open for you. You can come in at any time. You have 247 power here. You have unlimited internet here. So if internet is a problem, power is a problem, that's why you come here. If you don't even have a computer, it's not a problem. We still have computers for you here, for you to learn and take your learning seriously. There's one Alhaji here that whenever he's at home, doesn't study. But anytime he comes here, he clears like 2 weeks. He clears like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before going back home, because he knows that he will not be able to do again. So the last time he was here, he was in week 2. But before he left, he had entered week 4. And then the next time he came, we had cleared week 6. And now he says he wants to see if he can do 7, 8, 9 before he goes, which is fine. You have power here, you have internet here. Even Mrs. Richard last week even came all the way from Owerri. So it was really beautiful. What do I call it? Very, attitudes that are very admirable. You see people that, hey, they are really serious about their learning. And of course, we are going to design awards, some sort of certificate award for these exceptional people, right? Another person that was supposed to get one would have been Alfred, but I don't know what happened to Alfred along the line. So I just hope he's trying. I think I just kept hearing writing exam. So it's fine. Let's just do well to those of us on church we were already through, and those of us that are just coming up, all of you that are just joining, it's still fine. If you dedicate your time, you can actually finish up. I think the program might be rounding up officially August. Despite the official date, they might still have an extension towards September. So I really encourage you to try and finish, because when you finish, aim for July itself. When you finish, you'll be very proud of yourself and you would have the morale to take more courses. But when you start something and you don't finish it, do any other learning will be difficult for you. So yeah, just let's try and finish. And then in the community, every group is there. I think in data we have data engineering. Data engineering people are behind. We'll see how we can get majority of them to sit up. All of them say they are busy. I wonder what exactly it is. We have data analysis. There's also the subgroup there, and then geospatial. I'll be expecting them to add their own group there. And geospatial, I think geospatial is like the best team so far. Every day they're almost meeting themselves like 3 times a week, having their private class by themselves, like weekly, and it's very, very admirable. So special appreciation to Mrs. Richard for really, really uh, pushing and really helping her peers to ensure that if for as much as everybody actually graduates together, because the next thing is going to be after the entire learning, some sort of project or acting be coming up, you know, to see each of us is going to build the most fantastic idea, and see those that is going to win the money, so that all of us will share the money, or all of us will start a company together. And Nigerians, they would rather share money than start a company. Well, it's better you start a startup and see how you can go from there. So next week, touching on tonight, you see those are career paths. So the final exam is very important. Make sure that when you want to take the exam, you are settled. It's 99 questions, so it's going to be pretty exhausting. And I think a lot of the question was coming from that GAN, that GAN around week three, 4, 5. So before you take the exam, you can go and warm up on GAN, those regressive, auto-regressive, this and that, right? So yes, thank you so much. And yeah, I'm still on the call, but I think we are done speaking. Data analysis people, we've brought somebody to help you. Please help her to help you, right? I know there is supposed to be a lot of data analysis, but one way or the other, it's only 2 people that are always fine. There's a subgroup. Join your subgroup. Schedule meetings with your mentor so that she can always guide you and assist you, so that you can actually get to learn and graduate. Aside from generative AI, you are in one of the best courses. Almost every organization is looking for data analysis people. So please take that very, very seriously. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, and let's have a great day. We are not ending. We will continue we have a lot of persons here. We have some persons that will be continuing their learning. So wherever you are, log into whatever you're using to learn and actually do your learning. So now that you are here, we normally finish around 3 every Saturday. So pull out your Learn with DSN dashboard and do your learning. Now, maybe once it's 3 or 4 or 5, you can now decide to relax. You have a deal. I know they talk anything. Do we have a deal? So please let's not forget to take our attendance. I have also pinned it. It's pinned on this call and it's also pinned in the chat. It's also pinned in the chat, our WhatsApp group. So yeah, thank you guys.